Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on a 2017 Polaris Ranger 900 XP. Today we are installing a front windshield glass and a rear glass windshield as well. Got the rear glass already opened up here. First thing you want to do is you want to inspect. Make sure there's no breaks, no cracks, all the seal looks good. Make sure the glass looks good. And you want to make sure that there's no obstruction here at the back of the cage. This is an OEM ProFit cage, OEM Polaris glass back glass. So we'll get started, get this installed. This should be pretty quick and easy. We'll get the back glass in, and then we'll get the front windshield up here and get it prepped to be installed as well. All right, so at this point, if your unit has doors on it, you want to go ahead and open your doors because you're going to need to be reaching inside as you're putting this glass in. This glass has this here being the bottom, okay? You have two tabs, one here and one right there, that fit right here on this part of the frame rail, okay, for the glass. Once that's actually set in and lined up where you like it, you just take these knobs, reach inside, take these knobs, turn them up, and lock them into place. So let's go ahead and get this out. We'll go ahead and set it up in there and go ahead and lock them in. And it's just that simple. So these are the bottom. They just set down in here. Okay, one on each side. Just sets down in. This handle right here turns. You just put your palm on the back, shove in just a little bit, and you're able to clip that up. And that's all there is to it. All right, the windshield that we are installing is a koplin or a koplin. It is a glass windshield. This is aftermarket, of course. It's not Polaris. Aftermarket windshield. It was packaged very well. It was within a box, within a box, within a box, along with on a skid. I had already started unpackaging everything while I was on a phone call. You should have 4 of these brackets, 2 for the left, 2 for the right. There's the other ones. Along with 4 of these washers, flat washers, 4 of these screws, and 4 of these lock washers here. Okay, 2 for each side. Once you get the windshield out, you want to inspect the windshield, make sure there's no cracks or damage to the windshield. This one's all good, so it's ready to be put in. It comes with the instructions on how to mount this windshield, along with the seal. You do have to put the seal around the outside edge to keep all the outside elements out. So we're going to go ahead and install the seal. We're going to start here at the bottom where the vents are on this windshield. We're going to start right here at the peak of the bottom, and we're going to just work our way all the way around the windshield and move on to the next step. So once you get to this point of finishing out the seal, you want to pick the right spot in the seal to trim off the excess. Make sure you have a good pair of snips to be able to cut through the rubber just like that. Once that's done, you take this, and if you need to trim up just a touch more, you go ahead and do so, which we do. like so. And stick that on. That way you've got a nice fit there. You want this down at the bottom, that way if anything, any water comes in or something, it will be able to drain through here. This little gap is just okay. There's no problem with that. It's sealed up, especially when this gets crushed down to the window frame, it'll be sealed up. Okay, so the next step that we have to do is we have to remove the top of the roof. We have to remove the roof. Pretty simple. Some units may need to be removed. Mine does, some may not. It just clips in back here. So basically you go on the outside and you pull and pop that up. There's one of these on each side. You slide it forward to get this out of the groove and the roof comes off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off real quick and then we can install the windshield. All right, now that we got the roof off of there, now's the time to clean out any debris, tree branches, or anything like that that's stuck up in there. It's off, so be a good time to do it. So this windshield is going to set right here on these tabs. These are your lining tabs, basically, here and here. And they will get put together with these nice brackets and bolts and washers and lock washers that come in the kit. 2 brackets on each side. I recommend 2 people putting the windshield in, but I'm going to do it by myself. At this time, like if you had doors or anything on your side-by-side with the top part of the door like this, I would go ahead and kind of get those opened up. That way you can reach in and, you know, do some maneuver with the glass or move the glass around as needed. So we're going to go ahead and take the glass and put it in. Okay, another thing that I recommend 2 people for this job, or another reason why, is see how that's touching the hood there? It's going to be hard for one person to hold up on the window with all this gap up here to put in the brackets. So I'm going to attempt that by myself. So you snap the bracket in on this lock and ride. I'll show you that. Take one of these brackets, line it up close to the bolt, to the hole, right there. See, right there is lined up, but I know I need to move the windshield forward, so I'm going to put it up just a little bit. And then you just take it and push on it, and it locks in place. Just take it, push on it, and it'll lock into place where it needs to be. Just make sure you don't push your windshield out. But that locks right around your lock and ride ProFit cage. You can see that it's off, but the windshield has to come up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a screw in that, which comes with the kit. These are, what are these? These are 4mm Allen head screws. So you put your lock washer on and then the big flat washer, and you screw this in from the outside in. So that's what I'm going to do next. Take your flat washer and tuck it in behind the seal, in between the seal and the window or the window itself, window frame, and that'll keep that from pinching your seal. And then pick the window up to where it needs to be. Try to get it lined up. There we go. I'm just going to hand tighten these first 2. I'm going to do the top 2 on each side, or the top on each side, and then we'll tighten those the rest of the way down after we get the other. I'll go ahead and do the other side and we'll get the windshield taken care of. So after you get the top 2 hand tight, okay, with the screws, go ahead and check your adjustments, okay? If something needs to be moved, now's the time to kind of move it around. You could probably take like a rubber mallet and tap on the inside to adjust it up or down. After you do that and make sure that everything looks good, go ahead and put the bottom two clamps on. Go ahead and hand tighten those and recheck your work. Make sure that everything looks good, and after that we just tighten her down and we'll check out the end result. All right, so now that you got all four clamps on, not tightened down, you want to go around and make sure that there's no gap here, so you can see through. Make sure you've got enough room here to be able to take your hood off. To get inside your hood, make sure that there's no gap up top. If there is, adjust accordingly. Go inside. Look all around on the inside. Make sure that there's no gaps at the top or the bottom. That's where the gaps are going to be, because this thing side to side fits pretty daggone tight. You do have a little adjustment at the bottom and the top. So once you've got all that checked out, go ahead and tighten down all four clamps. And again, this is a 4mm Allen head. Okay, so just go through, tighten them all down, and as you notice, this big washer I've got tucked in between the seal and the window frame. That keeps it from pinching that up. Makes for a better look. So once you get all 4 points tied down tight, you want to go ahead and put your roof back on, and that's just as simple as sliding it forward, dropping it in the groove up front. Make sure they go into the groove up front, because the windshield frame will be in the way. So at that point, you may have to open up your door and push down a little bit right where it's at to go ahead and get started, just like that. And the same on the other side. Line it up, shove it down, give it a smack, let it fall into place. And then it's pretty much the same back here. You're just locking everything in. You don't have to be gentle with it, but you also don't want to be too rough with it. So just put a little pressure on it, smack it, make sure both sides are locked in, and your roof's back on. All good. As far as the vents go, right down here on each side, you have a wing nut that you loosen up. You can slide it open, you know, for just a little bit, or a full-blown breeze coming through here during the summertime. These vents is the big reason why I bought this window, just because I want airflow and through here if need to be. And just like that, she's done. You're ready to enjoy your new front windshield and your back glass. Now this is DOT approved glass through Koplin. You get a DOT number, approval number right here on your glass. Same way with on the back glass. I can't remember what side it's on. It's on this side. There's the DOT approved number there. So, I mean, for the money, well worth it. I like it. And again, like I said, you've got a central point for a wiper to be able to wipe both sides, passenger and driver, the same. That way both of you can enjoy the ride and be able to see what's going on. So there you have it. Koplin front glass, windshield, and frame for the Polaris Ranger, along with this here's actual Polaris back glass, genuine. Very easy to install. I don't think anybody will have any problems installing it. So there you go. Till next time, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.